Hello and welcome back to Maypole at Farm Sim 19. I said there wasn't going to be any more to be done to the map. Well, I changed a few little things. Not anything drastic. So what you see around here, building wise, well, that will remain there no matter what game mode you select. If you choose medium or hard, then all of these buildings will remain here, just no vehicles will be here, and you won't own them, and you won't have any land. It'll be normal conditions, just all of this will still be here. And if you buy the land, you then inherit the buildings or properties that are within that land. So if you bought this this area, then you'd end up with this this cow pasture, and you'd be able to buy cows. But this is on easy, where all of the equipment is here. On anything other than easy, none of this equipment would be here, just the buildings. And the reason I've done this is I prefer the FS17 ways, where a farm was a farm. It was there no matter what. And you know, that's just the way I am. And if you start on anything other than easy, all of the, like, this icon wouldn't be there, because you don't own the land. So until you buy the land, the icon's not there, and hence the reason that the sheep aren't showing their icon, because you don't actually own the sheep pasture anymore. Those of you who remember, you'd go into here and you'd have a shit ton of placeables. Well, not anymore. They're not there, so you can't sell them and make money and have a load of money sitting there for you to do what you want to do. Now you have to go out there and earn it. So if we jump over to not this difficulty, if we jump over to the hardest difficulty, start from scratch. I always forget the names of because you know, FS17 and before was easy, medium, hard. Now they've named the difficulties, and yeah. But New Farmer will give you the vehicles and all the you'll have access to the cow pasture and be able to use it, buy the cows and chickens, and have starting stuff within your silo. From here, not so much. As you can see, you start off with, you know, well, I don't need to read these out. You guys should know what these mean by now, and they haven't changed. So starting off with the hard difficulty, you could buy the cow pasture, a grass field, and start working with cows. And I've got the wrong course play in, because this course play doesn't have the ability to create courses, so I've got to find my course play version that I was using. I don't like it. So if I press tab, nothing. Press P, go to the garage, I own absolutely nothing. Go to the map and land, and again I own nothing. So all of the rest is still the same. You just have to buy the animal zones to be able to have them functioning. And I can show that by just buying a vehicle. And we'll go with this one, because why not? Okay, that's changed. You can't press spacebar to change between forward and backwards anymore. Okay, that's interesting. And by starting on anything other than new farmer mode, you want to do, I don't know, grass, or you decide to do a contract, and which is you have to drive through this farm to get to it. That will be a problem, because remember when I said in order for it to function you have to have access to the land, you have to own it. Well, you need to own it to be able to open that door, or the doors ahead of us, and that in itself is a problem. I can't open the door. Now you can walk around, your vehicle can't, so you can't actually open any of these doors because you don't own them. You have no rights to them whatsoever. Jump the hedge and the trigger to buy animals doesn't work. But if you buy the land, which also incorporates the house, so you'll get the ability to sleep, and the chickens. You buy the land. Now I can buy cows, open doors. Like this gate would open even if you don't own the land, and I can show that by selling the land back. Close the gate, reopen the gate, but this one up here won't open because it's part of the farm. But normal gates going into fields will work as normal. The other gate that won't work will obviously be to the cow barn itself, but this one around here you won't be able to get access to the cow pasture. But any gates outside of this farm will work fine. And to showcase that, if we buy the sheep, so we can just tab down there, go and visit, and then we sell the sheep zone, just so we can show you. The gate won't open here because it's part of the sheep zone, but this gate around here will open and give you access to any field beyond. Now, a lot of you will be thinking, well, how do you get to the fields behind because all these are secluded. Well, we've now got a road that will, if you zoom in, take you there, and you can come from here, and even across this way. I know this is a little bug here, but you can go across here, and they will all lead to these fields and to the back entrance to the farm. So you could put your stuff in these sheds. To that extent, you could use that for storing vehicles and whatnot, and work the fields back here and bring everything a long way around till you've got the money to buy the plot of land, and then there you go. Or I could be cruel and put gates on these points and make it so you couldn't, but then you'd lose access to these fields over this side, because there is literally no way to get to any of these fields apart from going through the farm, unfortunately. So you would have to go through the farm to get access to these 3 fields and all of these here, and obviously this one. Whereas the pig zone itself is only the zone, so it doesn't incorporate anything else. But there obviously is a gate going into the pig farm and then the silo. You need to own it to be able to get into the pig zone. So it changes if you want to start on hard and have a focus of buying, I don't know, the main farm or something. You can. You want to go straight into pigs, 87,000 will buy the plot of land. You've now got a farm with a silo, and then you just need to start working the fields to build up the stuff that you need to feed the pigs. Or you want to go with sheep on hard. You wouldn't have to take out a loan whatsoever. You could buy the sheep farm, buy this grass field over there, quite a long way to go I know, or take a loan out if you want and buy that field, which is a little bit closer, and buy your rake, your tedder, a cheap tractor like the Fendt that I bought, an auto-loading wagon or a front loader, have your tractor to be front loader, and buy the bale spikes, and obviously your baler. Depending on what baler you went for, obviously in this case it'd be the round baler because it needs 110 horsepower, and that's exactly what we've got with the Fendt. Although I think it's 115 horsepower that we've got, but needless to say, we'll check because why not? Yeah, but you can be upgraded to 150 horsepower, so still not enough to pull the big baler, the big square baler. I think that one needs like 165, but this is more than capable of getting us going, and we could do silage bales and do hay bales, and the silage bales would automatically be wrapped for us because the baler that we'd buy would be the round baler with the auto wrap function. And we'd be able to go straight into sheep farm or sheep farming, and then when we've got the money we could then persist on going for the main farm, either selling our stock off at the sheep farm or keeping it and having two farms going, which would mean more bales to be produced, but I haven't got seasons in on this one, as you can see from the top of the screen. But I want to show it without seasons. I personally prefer playing with seasons, but I've got a mod in that changes the animals, or not all of the animals, but the cows for definite. Which if we buy that plot of land, because we need it to be able to showcase that mod, any cattle breeder it's called, and well, not showcase it, but like in seasons all the animals have their own unique abilities or stats, but it doesn't tell you what those stats are, funny enough. But these will produce the most milk, eat more, basically cost you more in the long run, but will produce more milk than the other breeds, and I believe some breeds won't produce any milk whatsoever. Don't get why it doesn't tell you anything about them, but I guess that's something that is to be done at some point, like seasons actually adds the description for the animal. Or maybe we have to do that from down at the no, we don't want to be here, we want to be here. No. No, nothing about what they can do. Okay. So that's the change with the with what I've decided to go with, and obviously starting on the harder difficulty once you buy this farm. Wrong one, that one. We don't have anything in there, but you do have a 200 litre capacity, or 200,000 litre capacity, so more than enough storage. And if you you might have gone with the pig farm at the beginning, and used the mission system to build up what you needed to be able to buy additional land, or took out a big loan and done everything that you need to do, or cheated and put the money in. One or the other. Personally, I like to build myself up to a point, whereas some people just like to have everything there and be able to do what they need to do, and that'd be it. I personally like to start off small and work my way up. Hence the reason why newbie farm back in the day was made hard. So making that money, buying them tractors, getting the equipment that you needed to be able to do more land, or the bigger plots of land, felt like an achievement, rather than a chore when you was working them with the smaller equipment. And obviously that's changed now that it's become Riverview. The latest version has had that difficulty changed, so the prices are completely back to normal. Obviously you don't own the horse pasture, you'd have to buy that separately, as you can see here, but it's cheap enough, 35 or so. Yeah, buy that and then you can start doing horses, and which aren't that hard to work with. They're just, unless you got something, a mod that helps you with the horses, it's just a case of riding the horses for a few minutes a day, game day I mean, and off they go. Once they reach their potential, sell them and buy in new stock and rinse and repeat, and before you know it, you'll make your money. 9 seasons though, apparently in seasons it's completely different. I haven't done that myself, so I don't know, but I've heard that you don't own the horses, you're basically helping somebody train them, and then you make your money afterwards. Whether that's changed or not, I don't know, but yeah, once you do buy this plot of land, all of this will function as normal, so your BGA would work. Without buying this land, you don't actually have access to the BGA, or it won't work, because obviously you can come the back way, but it won't function because you don't have access to the land, or the rights to the land, and which is default anyway. You have to, on the stock game, you have to buy the land in order to use the BGA. And obviously because now we own this land, why aren't you opening your... That's interesting. Yeah, we do. Oh no, we don't. We have to buy this piece of land to get that gate to work. Nope. We may have found a bug. How about that? A gate that won't open. I'll have to look into this gate. And clearly something isn't working with it. Let's check the other gates while I'm here that do come with this farmland. Yep, that gate doesn't work either. But that one does. So it's just... Oh, that gate does work now. What the hell? So why doesn't this gate around here work? That gate just trying to think of what that comes with the, not the cow pasture, with the main farm, it doesn't. So I'll have to look into this and figure out what's going on there. But all the doors and everything obviously function. So if that's the case, then what we should do, and you could even buy the land and then just sell it back, and voila, you've left the doors open and you can just go through without any problems, which would probably be easier. Make sure this gate works. Good. And that works. Reply to this message as well. Okay, and we definitely checked the trigger, didn't we? Well, we did now. So we can sell that land as well. And we'll buy the pig zone and make sure that those gates function correctly. Why do I keep doing that? Because this gate comes with the pigs. That one works. And that door works. That door works. Buying triggers work. Door works. Or gates work even. Right, so pig zone works. Sheep zone works. Cow zone works. Chickens work. I've already tested the chickens out. And the ability to sleep there also works. So nothing too big, I mean, just a slight bug. Just gotta find out why. But so, but I'm not going to be doing a full video today on this. I just wanted to show the change that I had done and thus find a bug with it at the same time, and that will be fixed. And I'm going to contemplate on which map I want to play, this one or Riverview or another map. And I'm not completely sure just yet. Oh yeah, spacebar doesn't work anymore for that. I've got to find out why. But I will quickly show you the way out and around the back way of the to the sheep and that. I have to open a few gates on the way, but we'll get there. That's if I don't get lost myself, you know. Can happen. But it was David's idea about putting a back road in, and the reason being is I think it was the potato or sugar beet harvester, one of them, the pull along tow behind one, had issues going through the silo at the main farm. So that was the reason for the back road being put in place, so that you could I don't think you, oh yeah, you can. That one will take you straight up onto the main road, and when I get the correct button, and this one will take you over towards the sheep zone, as you can see straight ahead. So yeah, you don't need to worry anymore. And is it this way? I think it's this way. It's not a way I go very often, as you can tell. If I can't remember the way, I'll have to bring up the map, but just be patient to me. I think it's this way. To get there's only one way to get to the other side of the map, and I think it's this one. Yeah, this looks definitely like the way we have to go. Yeah. I drove this once before, only once. So that's why I said you'd have to bear with me. Actually, we found two bugs here. The foliage layer comes over too far for the crops to grow, so it covers the road. Something that Stardog did point out, and I didn't fix yet. Although I did fix it, it's just I guess I went back to an older version. But there's the one of the cell point, or the new cell point, and the pig zone is right there. But now we're in the whole new section of the map, the extended part of the map. With its forestry areas either side, only small, but, and a few decorative buildings along the way. A field, no, the norm. And there you go. And if we bring up the mini map, and there we are. So you can get from one side of the map to the other without having to, you can't get like from here to here without going the main road. But all of these fields you can get to regardless of where you are. So no more of a maze, one field leads into a dead end. You will get fields like that, but not like they were. So I hope you enjoyed this anyway, just a quick look at the changes. And this, once the couple of bugs have been sorted and it's been tested a bit more, it will be available to download as and where you can download it, I don't want to say just yet, but I will let you know when the time comes. A video will be put out with a link in the description to the site that you can download it from. But yeah, that's it, I think. So if you like what you saw, hit the thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can be notified when I do a video, and if I ever go live like I did yesterday and the day before that. And until next time, take care.